Alrighty, we are live. There we go. We're now live on Twitch and live on YouTube. Beautiful. Sweet. I hope you guys are having a great morning, great afternoon, or great evening wherever you're watching from. It's currently 4:30 in the morning for me. It's definitely... I don't really like to stream this time of day, but I'm doing it because of the timing of our league. So, let me get some chat open real quick. Looks like I have a wrong title on my Twitch stream, but it's fine. At least I have everything set up correctly on YouTube. I did cut the YouTube short stream because I was having an issue with the chat and how it was showing up double. So just for today, there's no YouTube shorts live stream. That's really the only, the biggest difference about today. Everything else will still be pretty standard. I do have 6 hits against this clan to get through, and I'm taking another quick look right now. I feel like there's Teslas in these spaces, so this is a base where I think that it'll be pretty easy for the dragons to make an approach into the town hall. As long as I control the backside properly with overgrowth. Because really I need to either put overgrowth over this multi-inferno or the other one. That's really the key to getting this right. Emilo, hello, what's going on? And Jerry, yes, good to see you, man. Yeah, we have a pretty easy war today because the enemy kind of gave up a lot of stars today. They did 2 1-stars and a 0-star from a disconnect. So this one's kind of a freebie. Sweet. Okay, let's get started here. My plan for the arrow is to just grab this air defense and the sweeper. That should be enough. I'm gonna send the Duke into here with the enemy queen because I think he can get some decent value even if the raise shower goes off. Another good option would be maybe to send an arrow to go through both these air defenses. That's another decent option because I can get a better funnel over here this way. But I honestly feel like just dropping a totem and a couple drags. Want to overcomplicate things. Yeah, I saw that 0-1. He looks like he gave up after his RC died. I didn't see that. I think that really he disconnected and his RC died as a result. That's kind of how that usually plays out. And I mean that's good for us, right? Because I don't know. Honestly, I still disagree with the fact that if anything ever happens, like a disconnect or your phone dies, that you should still get a chance to go back into the attack. Because I'm pretty sure other Supercell games do that. Like Clash Royale. I'm pretty sure Clash Royale does that. The totems are also going to have to go in between the fire spitters. Because any dragons or anything in the middle right here is going to get targeted by both fire spitters, so there's going to have to be at least 1 totem here and then 1 totem in front of the revenge tower in range of the sweeper. That's really kind of all I think that's needed to get this base. So let's go for this. Now the thing I like about this approach is that if anything goes entirely wrong for whatever reason, that I still have a pretty safe 2-star approach. And see how the totems are controlling the fire spitters over here. And there's another totem controlling the sweeper. We're already looking pretty solid here. Now I am going to put the overgrowth on this side because it looks like that's where all the dragons are going. And then the prince is going more towards this other rage tower compartment, so I can give him a good ability there, and I get a nice stun over here, I think. So I think that's it. Looks like that's it for this base. And now this rage tower is fading, so this multi-inferno is not going to do much. This looks like a really fast one too, like under 75 seconds. Yeah, 74 seconds is pretty nice. Off to a good start. I've got clanmates moving around in my clan, so I'm going to be also keeping an eye on the clan chat. Okay, on to the next. Alrighty, number 4. This is a base I got in Legends yesterday. I think I'm gonna actually hold that because I want to review the replay right before I do the attack. Okay, this base. What was I thinking for this base? I was definitely thinking about an overgrowth over here because of the rage charm. Okay, so the way I'm thinking this will go down is with dragons towards the monolith, especially with an early approach into the poison tower. That's how I'm thinking, but I don't know, I'm looking for a better arrow. Okay. I think that my plan was to send the Duke into this corner. That's what I'm thinking. I really need the siege barracks to do some good work over here. That's really the only thing that I need to make this go through. And Abu, hello, it's good to see you. And Zway, hello, it's good to see you guys. Yeah, and see, my YouTube chat is still showing double. So I'm not sure where you guys are commenting from. Are you guys commenting from my... Well, there should only be one feed right now. So I find that highly unusual. And it's a bummer because I disabled YouTube Shorts. There's no short stream today because I wanted to see if that would fix the issue. So anyway, it's all good. Let's go for this. I'm gonna try my best to get 2 air defenses here. That does get 2, that's very nice. Here's a early totem. And a skeleton spell. Now, I think that the queen set a pretty decent funnel for starters. Got a nice poison. I just want the queen to stay alive a little longer. Pretty soon I'm gonna need the overgrowth, like now. That should be good, I think. It's looking a little messy, but it's okay. The only thing I need is for something, literally anything, to get the multi-inferno, but the rest of the base has already been pretty much disabled. Especially with a prince ability like that, it's finished. Nice and easy. Swag totem. A little slower, but I was trying to be careful. That's 2 down and 4 to go. Let's see this next base here. Oh, this looks way easy. Really mainly because of the arrow shot to get the sweepers. I don't typically mind leaving air defenses up because those can be stopped with totem spells. But yeah, this army camp gives me a free arrow through the sweepers. I can either start on the top side or the bottom side. I don't think it matters. I typically like to start on the bottom side. Let's do the top side, because I feel like somebody with a good intuition for how air spam works would predict that. And if I triple this, then we only need like another star to win, and I still have 4 attacks including this one. I think I'm gonna send the Duke into this air defense right here. Or maybe I should start on the bottom side. And the reason is because this is an enemy queen and she can aggro the P.E.K.K.A.s, and if the P.E.K.K.A.s get stuck just beating the walls, then they might miss a little bit of value. I don't think it matters much, honestly. I'm just gonna stick with my gut here. And that does get both sweepers, very nice. Start with 2 totems. One more totem, another totem, and then poison. And that should be good, at least for our setup. And start the Duke. But yeah, see, like the P.E.K.K.A.s have already gone down somehow, and I'm pretty sure it's thanks to that enemy queen. She really kind of is a menace. This one's not looking too hot, I'll be honest. I was expecting a little better here. But I still have a Duke ability, and he's under the Angry Jelly still, so he's in a good position to help me finish this base, especially with a nice stun blaster. And he's fighting the enemy Duke. Now, unfortunately, I missed the monolith with the stun blaster, but the giant jack got him. Another easy triple. Yeah, this shape, like this diamond style of base, is actually pretty easy for dragons. I did miss the funnel and still made a triple happen. I think if you were to do something in esports for this base, you would have to plan something a little more deliberate, so that stuff doesn't go this way, like towards like the fire spitter and then the storages, all these high HP buildings. You would want the dragons to stay a little stuck closer together, like going through the town hall. That's 3 down, right? Three down, 3 to go. Okay, now this base, the only issue with this base are the sweepers, and so I'm definitely going to need to use overgrowth over one of them. because my plan with the arrow is to grab both of these air defenses. That's my plan. This core is going to be really easy to control with the skeleton spell. A skeleton and maybe like one totem. Maybe one totem. Yeah, if the majority of my dragons go like separate ways, which I predict they might because of this giant moat here between the monolith and the multi-inferno, then I'll just send my Duke on the opposite side. That's the plan. That's the plan. I'll at least get a counter funnel going. So let's go for this. Okay, so one dragon there. Another one here is fine. And then the arrow. Nice. One totem. And then let's get started over here. Yeah, I had a feeling that this could happen here. And so now I'm going to be patient because I'm realizing that I need the Duke to secure the Town Hall takedown. Here's a nice orb because it slows down the sweeper. And here's a poison. We should be in good shape here. A totem for the air defense and revenge tower. And the queen grabs the other air defense in that corner, so I think we got some swag here. This is all looking like the rest is just swag. Three swag totems and a swag Duke ability. I'm not even gonna use that there. Another easy base for dragons. Let's see. That's 4 down. And we've already won this war, and I'm pretty sure we're in first again. Okay, now let's see here. This base could be kind of tricky. It could be. I think what I had planned here was to send the dragons to go laterally this way, and then the queen and the duke and the siege barracks to go into the enemy RC. This separation here, like there's these buildings here and then just the town hall, there's no defenses in this entire block in this whole block, and so it's best to keep at least the dragon riders working together. You don't want to just put all the dragon riders like in front of the army camps and workshop, because then they'll split. So I think like one dragon to start a funnel is good. If there's Teslas in this area, then actually it might be fine to send the dragon riders there. But I'll adjust accordingly if they pop up. Good job, bro. Thank you. Okay, let's go for this. Yeah, let me show you guys what happened yesterday. This was a good one. This I did on stream. It was 294, but then I also got a nice boost because of defense. I'm pretty sure this account ended up resetting in the top 1000 somewhere. I'll have to do my hits to see exactly where my reset was. But my other account that I showed you guys yesterday on stream, Chaos, went minus 320. So that's unfortunate. Okay, let's go for this here. This arrow just needs to grab that sweeper. And it misses the sweeper. That's not ideal. Off to a not so great start. But now I can get started over here with the dragons. And then I'm going to send the prince to go into long shot. This whole area was dangerous for siege works. I think I might have fallen for a small trap. I don't even know how my queen is still alive. She's kind of hanging on by a thread. Here's a good orb. I don't mind that it covers some of the stuff under overgrowth because the effect of the orb is just, it lasts so long. Now I'm depending on the goop to finish this. But yeah, see, the defenses under the overgrowth were frosted a little bit. Maybe not long enough, honestly, but I'm not worried just yet. But yeah, there we go. Another easy triple. Pretty solid base for the approach. Especially, I think, this area with the Teslas. I didn't expect there to be Teslas grouped up over here, actually. That pretty much almost shut down my siege bricks. I think that in Legends, that would have definitely failed. Most definitely. Or at least had, you know, been quite a large complication, right? I'm looking for the replay of the last base. Yeah, this is it. This is the last base standing. I think I got this pretty easily yesterday. But I think what a big reason for that was because my arrow was spot on. Shooting an arrow from an army camp is really difficult because it's a 4x4. And so the angle is a little bit different how you have to shoot from army camps, workshops, buildings like that, the hero hall. So I got a good arrow. Started a counter funnel here. And then totem and dragons. This looks really quite simple. Yeah, and I covered one of the ranged multi-infernos with the overgrowth. Alright, I'm gonna trust that it's as easy as that. And go right for this. There's technically a 1-star risk because I'm going opposite the side of the town hall, you know? So, but we've already won the war and we're just going for extra stars at this point. We'll be in first. We're already in first. Okay, let's go for this. This arrow is tricky. I wouldn't be surprised if I miss it. Oh no, I got it. That's fabulous. the Duke. Overgrowth. And that overgrowth is meant to stop the raged multi-inferno. That's exactly what that's there for. Now my queen is running into some complications. But something over here pulls the poison tower before all my dragons get there, which is pretty nice. I'm gonna hold the Duke ability for now. And I still have a Prince ability. Yeah, we're good. Another easy triple done. That's a swag war, by the way. Next war you need to hit Yada. I'll flag one of his bases. I'm pretty sure that he has 2 or 3 of them. I'll flag one of his bases. I don't want to just go for an ego hit and then end up failing. But I do think I have a good chance against him. And that's 44 stars done. Very nice. Another 44. We had a chance for 45 today, but this fail was a 99% time fail. Another easy 6 out of 6, I know, right? This army is just too good. Yeah, this ended up time failing. I think he was trying to swag. I think that's what happened. Which is kind of unfortunate. But I don't mind it really, because it was still a 99. Like, at the end of the day, the clan still needed to be perfect to beat us. Yeah, there was a nice fireball here, I think. Yeah, really, I think the mistake was just not doing a correct overgrowth. In fact, he didn't use overgrowth at all. There was really a good opportunity to get a lot of value from overgrowth over here. And you see he still has an overgrowth and a totem spell left over. That could have been a triple, but it is what it is. We're still first place, and we are looking at some pretty easy opponents ahead. Other than Yada, I guess. Anyway, now we can chill and do a bit of Legend League. Just hang out. This reset was, I want to say it was in the top 700. I don't know for sure. Let's just do some attacks. Damn, that storage was 1 HP. Yeah, it was a 99.9999% is what that was. It happens. Oh, I definitely have to go behind the drags here. Or behind the fire spitters. I'm gonna send the Duke to go into the multi-gear. And then the queen and everything else on this side. I'm just looking for a good arrow. Like, honestly, this is fine. Gets both sweepers. Not that it matters because I wasn't facing it, but it does that. Now, hopefully this counter funnel is going to do its job. Let's drop the Duke now. I really need the prince to make it to the core. He does, thankfully. That's exactly what I wanted from him. Where do I put overgrowth? Is it gonna be swag? It looks like a swag overgrowth already. And here's a nice stun. Swag overgrowth. Nice and easy. I don't recognize this player. His name, I know that he's from China just based off his name. Let's check him out. Just gonna wait for troops here. Yeah, pretty solid though, how this day went. And we still have 15 minutes. After another 15 minutes, I'll be looking at the next day's bases, because I do like to get my flags down pretty early. It's really been helping me out. And Leah, hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, good morning to you. It's also about 5 a.m. for me. I'm in Vegas right now. Yeah, I'll be gone next week. I'm going to Nashville. So I'll be over there. I don't know if I'll be streaming over there. I just know I'll be gone for a few days. Yeah, the team we're up against tomorrow has an average of about 42 stars done. So as long as we put up another solid day, no 1 stars, I think that 1 or 2 misses might be okay. I mean, like, obviously we're gonna try to go for 45, but I'm expecting they'll have some decent bases. Sweet, let's go for the next one. Okay, this base is very anti-air spam. And what I need to make this work is a good plan for these multi-infernos near the raid showers. So I'm thinking that the Duke to take care of one of them, and the healing tome and the Prince's orb ability to take care of the other one it's okay. But I know that without the Duke I tend to struggle on this base, so just gotta be careful. I do get a nice arrow. I got both sweepers as well as an air defense. I didn't get both air defenses because it's not exactly symmetrical. See, that air defense is there and the other one is inside the compartment. But pretty soon I gotta send that Duke. This Prince is not exactly cooperating like I want him to. But there's a good orb. Okay, let's send the Duke over here. Hopefully that wasn't too late. I think it was actually just in time. See, like, now I get a very nice stun blaster. Very nice. I think I have enough here to triple now. Another easy triple. So far, no misses. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do when I have the Duke on upgrade. I think that I'm going to be using both the King and the RC, There's two good combinations. There's this one with the Angry Jelly. And really the biggest issue for this one is that the king tends to get stuck. Because the stick horse only lasts a certain while. And then there's this one, which is pretty standard. However, I don't like to run this because it's pretty easy for the RC to get overwhelmed by traps like giant bombs. I think that the king can handle that just a little better. I just think that right now the Duke is the superior choice, especially while he's all boosted. Okay, let's see here. There's a good opportunity for the arrow. On this base. I think I'm gonna play it simple and go like that. And I missed the arrow, of course. There's a chance I'm in trouble now. Missing that arrow was definitely not good. Alright. Overgrowth. Here is good. And then the Duke. Uh-oh. What the heck is going on here? Headhunters coming to grab my queen. Is this town hall going to go down? I might be in real big trouble now. I screwed this one up. This will be a decent percent, I think. Like, high 80s, hopefully. Maybe not. Maybe like 83% is the final. Which I suppose is fine. I think I'm gonna end up getting, like 307 today. So waiting to send another request. I already have some defense. And Clayton's already attacked me. This looks like it might be Clan War League, actually. I was gonna say it's a duo clan, but there's not a whole lot of people in the clan right now. Just 20 Legends players. This looks like Clan War League that they're doing over here. I gotta check the leaderboards to see if this clan is actually doing something. Because when I last checked the leaderboard, I saw that we were somewhere like rank 50, even though we're winning all our wars. And that's a little bit discouraging, I gotta say. When you're dominating your league, you should be somewhere like at least in the top 25. But it's because we have a few misses. Anyway, I don't care too much about the leaderboard. I'm mostly going for first place this time, especially after how our last time out in Champ 1 went. It was pretty brutal. This overgrowth is going to be tricky because I'm going to be covering a lot of defenses. But I do have a plan in my mind for what to do here. Okay, let's start with siege barracks. I don't want to drop any dragons, except maybe over there is good. And then the queen with her arrow to get that sweeper, hopefully. I got it. Very nice. A totem. And I like to put the prince a little closer to where I want him to go, rather than like more to the left. I want him to go more towards the core. To the right. Solid orb. Now, if I can send the Duke directly into the Revenge Tower, I think I'm going to get a pretty easy triple here. Oh, guess not. This guy has his Duke level 20, which is quite impressive. But I'm about to overwhelm his base. My Duke might get forced here. Nope, not forced. Still swag. Very nice. Yeah, that Fireheart is just insane equipment, honestly, for common. I think that if they're gonna nerf anything about the Duke, it's gonna be the Fireheart equipment. Because he pretty easily overcomes air defenses and multi-archer towers. Which I don't think that should be the case. Maybe that's what they were intending for, but knowing Supercell, they're gonna nerf it. Which is honestly really unfortunate, I gotta say. It's the fact that right now there's a boosted Duke event, and once it goes away, people are gonna realize how important it was that he was boosted. And they're gonna spend money to max him, and then he'll get a nerf, right? I don't think that's the way it should be. That players paying now will get a stronger version of the Duke than when everybody else maxes him. Okay, this is going to be a little bit of an awkward approach. A little bit. But the reason I'm doing it is because I'm going into the poison towers early, as well as behind the fire spitters. And I do get the arrow I was looking for, which is very nice. I'm just praying that this prince can do something good for me here. Now let's send the Duke. I'm gonna use the skeleton spell on the bomb hive this time. Wow, nice headhunters, bro. Those might get my queen, actually. They do. Now overgrowth, let's put it here. I'm not a fan of how this has played out so far, but I still have plenty of totems and both the prince and the Duke ability, which is nice. I should have this, I think. Especially the Prince and the Phoenix, I think I got this. Still on track for 307 here. Send another request, right? Not too long. Day 5 starts in another 5 minutes. You know, one thing I find quite surprising is that the guys over at the Queen Walkers, they don't do clan war leagues together. To me, that's kind of unusual. They could definitely, first of all, make good content, which a few of them do, but also, like, easily get first every time, right? Just from pure intimidation. Okay, let's go here. Yeah, my plan is to deal with the raise showers using the overgrowth, treating it as like a backside. I'm going behind the sweepers. I do get a nice arrow there. I just gotta be careful now because of where long shot's positioned. And there we go, he jumps out, which helps me. This is a little early on the healing tone, but it's generally how this army works best. Okay, send the Duke over here. Here's a totem. I pressed the Prince ability and I meant to just press the Duke. But I don't think that's a bad Prince ability, because it slows down the multi-inferno. But yeah, looks like I got this base on lockdown. And the rest of the spells are just swag, right? Yeah. 2 swag totems and a skeleton. Very nice. I haven't hit anyone too familiar today. That's the only thing. I kind of want to see some bigger names. Texting one of my clanmates. Where are we now? 227, just 2 hits left, and I already have another defense, minus 40. But at least now I should be able to see where my reset was, hopefully. Maybe not. Okay. Yeah, my reset was 800. Around 800. It was 825. Very nice. Nice to be in rank again for the first time in a while. I was not exactly in rank in January or December, really. This is a base from that blueprint pack from Ghost. I didn't see that. The one I sent you? Didn't really do very well against dragons, I'll tell you that. And really, the biggest reason it didn't do that well is because there's no multi-infernos. I think if you were to swap these expos with multi-infernos, that would be a little better. But also that gives up a bit of flinger value if you just snipe those mortars. But actually, I'm not sure if the flinger can reach this spot without getting targeted by the fire spray. You would have to test that. That's if you're even using that base. If I'm honest, I wouldn't use that base. Okay, here's day 5. So here's Yada. And here's Yada again, number 7. Number 2 and number 7. And see, now this base is good because all 3 of his multi-infernos are raged. I just think that it'll go down with a fireball, probably. This base looks really interesting. And here's his other base. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a fan of either of these bases for my army. I do like the fact that this arrow grabs 2 air defenses. And that there's good potential for an entry for, I think, maybe super drags. And yeah, the reason I wouldn't use my army on this base is because there's a big separation around here with the defenses. And so the pathing for the Dragon Riders is not super clear. So if I were to attack either of these bases, I would totally go for a different strategy. I did for 1 round and it got tripled. Yeah, no surprise, right? That's the thing, is I don't really trust Clan War League bases. I think that Legends bases tend to perform better in Clan War Leagues, especially if you retrap them. Someone has to go for Fireball on this, because I'm pretty sure a Fireball on the Rage Tower gets the Clan Castle. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, look, his Duke is already level 25. Putting the Duke together with the Queen makes sense, actually, and leaving the King and the Prince, because the Duke has a lot of HP and the Queen has a lot of DPS. And hey, what's going on? Clash of Clans 2010. Don't tell me that was the year you were born. It might be, now that I think about it, because you would be 16 years old, right? That's crazy. My birthday was yesterday, and I just turned 26. Let's see. Super Rat-a-tat. Yeah, this base is actually pretty nice. You don't typically see Town Hall 14s actually progressing traditionally. Base 11 is also Yada's account. Let's check that out. Yeah, Mr. Rat-a-tat, I actually like what you're doing with your base so far. If anything, you should just pay attention to your heroes. Make sure that you don't let them go too far behind. So this is Yada's idea, isn't it? Which would make sense. It's not allowing me to visit him, which is unusual. You should be able to visit him from this screen, I think, right? Maybe not. Maybe it's from this screen, actually. Yeah. Now I can check his clan. Thanks for the visit. Yeah, no problem. I didn't check your builder base. That's the only thing. I'm gonna go back to your. I kind of want to continue looking at that. I didn't really actually give you anything of substance to work with. Any advice? Yeah, your heroes. I didn't even look at them, but I just assumed that they might need work. Honestly, I would also recommend to you now that go into Town Hall 15, because you can also get started on upgrading the Duke. He's looking like one of the strongest heroes in the game right now. I don't think that from where you are in Town Hall 14, it's not a bad idea to just start your Town Hall upgrade. If you want my serious advice, then that's it. But also with Town Hall 15, you get access to a lot of good stuff like the Phoenix and like Diggy, of course. Those are amazing things. Amazing offensive resources. Okay. I don't love my approach, but I do like the fact that I can get to air defenses from that angle, which I do. No fireball miss this time. An early healing tome will help me to get through this rage shower. Because of the multi-inferno, that rage multi-inferno. Now hopefully the queen and the giant can get through to the town hall. I think that they're good, right? And then skeleton over here. My warden is down. I'm not sure when that happened, but it was recent. I have 2 totems left to support the Duke and the rest of all my air troops, so we should be good now. And there's only one more hit after this for hopefully 307. Another swag Duke ability. One more attack. And then I'll start some death hits. Some of my hits on death. Oh wait, base 6 is his. You got the names mixed up, that's okay. I'll go check base 6. Okay. Now this base I absolutely need to go behind the spitters. I still think I have a good shot at this base because of the multi-infernos not being in the rage showers. But I absolutely have to go behind the spitters to make this work. So let's not miss this arrow here. Let's pray this gets it. It does. 2 totems, and then dragons, dragon riders, and the prince, everything down as fast as possible. Healing tome. It's a little early on the healing tome, but it's fine. This army really just benefits from a early healing tome quite nicely. No, headhunters, no. Don't kill my... Yeah, that's bad. That's really bad. That's a nice clan castle, actually, for the base. It intercepted me correctly. Yeah, I'm cooked. It's a nice Duke ability, and I still have a Prince ability. There's still a chance this triples. Believe it or not, so long as I get this overgrowth right. There's a totem there. My Duke dies, which is not good. Prince ability. What if I triple this stuff? Because I might. It was very close. Pretty solid attempt, but those headhunters getting my warden at the start was really quite deadly. And that's really only something you deal with like in upper legends, I think, as people actually bring in variety to their clan castles. Let's check number 6 now. This one. This is Yado. Oh, I can easily get this. And the reason is because of the overgrowth. If I cover the fire spitter and the rage tower with the overgrowth, it separates the rage tower from the multi-inferno. and the Duke has a lot of potential in this Revenge Tower area. I could easily get this, and if I wanted to be safe, all I would do is just bring freeze spells, because the freeze spells can handle the Rage Tower sections pretty nicely. Like one freeze right here to cover the multi-archer and the multi-inferno, and then the next freeze to cover the monolith and the multi-inferno. And then a good overgrowth. This should be pretty easy. I'm gonna at least flag it. I don't want to attack it right now. If I'm gonna hit any of Yada's bases, it's that one. You know, because for an air spam, it's pretty simple. I can either go for an arrow to get these air defenses, or like these two, or to get the air defense and the backside sweeper. I think both arrows are solid. Another good idea would be to potentially start the queen on this side, and then send the Duke into the town hall. That's another solid plan, because all he has to overcome here is the multi-archer and then a couple heroes. And long shot. As far as the rest of the bases go, this one looks good for me, actually. What I would do is send an arrow to go through the elixir collector to get this sweeper and this air defense on the backside. Yeah, I'm gonna take this one for sure. Number 1. Number 3. Sweepers, air defenses. This looks kind of risky. There's a good value for skeleton spell, despite there being a multi-inferno there, because the way that the multi-inferno works is that if you have all the beams stuck on the dragons, then none of them are going to target the skeletons, and the skeletons will continuously spawn and distract the heroes and the bomb hive. But also this monolith needs a skeleton too, just from where it's positioned. I might not take that one. This is another good base for me, I think. Because of this arrow. The approach for dragons is pretty simple. And then the Duke can just go in here and fight the enemy Duke. Definitely gonna flag that one, number 8. This is interesting. This is a tweak of a common base. It actually looks more like a rebuild. A slight rebuild. But the idea is still mostly the same. Like, it still has these 3 air defenses in line. Yeah, I don't know. This fireball value is just too good, though. I think that I want to leave it for one of my clanmates. My clanmates this month are doing a great job with the fireball. base is also quite easy for me, especially islanded bases for this army, like where you have the Revenge Tower and Multi-Infernos islanded off like this. Air spam tends to overcome those pretty easily. So I'm gonna flag this one, number 11. I think after that I still have 2 flags to plant. That's a low-level hero bell. That's playing at a huge disadvantage, especially in Champ 1. And actually, I might take this one. May or may not. Especially because the value for totem in this area is pretty good. Could get a nice early healing tome in this area with the Gigabomb. I would probably shoot the hero bell if I had to take that base. This looks like another good base for me, actually, as well. Especially the value for the Duke in the area of the enemy queen. Looks really good. And then this base. Could be easy for dragons. I just think I need to be careful about the healing tome and the exact deployment, because dragon riders can spread over here going from the Revenge Tower. I probably need to give the siege barracks a bit of time for this to work properly, or else that'll end up like my other attack I did in day 4, where I sent the Duke into the middle. I don't exactly like doing that. I think that my last 2 flags are going on any of these last 3 bases, like this one for sure, right? Let me take this one. Obi, hello? What's going on? Yeah, what you're seeing me do right now is I'm just kind of planning my hits for tomorrow's stream. After this, I'm going to do a little more Legend League. Just one more account, it's Dhoom. Let's see. Yeah, the reason I like this base for my army is because of this arrow. It goes through the sweeper and 2 air defenses, if done properly. I would have to shoot it from the spell factory. And that sets up the Duke really nicely. But I might end up also using the Duke over here. I think both are fine. I'm going to leave a note on 14 and 15. Okay. Alright, let's get into Legend League. I've already got a 298 done, which is solid. It's definitely above the average for a lot of top players. I noticed that top players are still averaging like 290 right now. Okay, this base. This looks pretty rough for my army, I'll be honest, because of the sweepers. There's a good arrow to grab a couple air defenses, but I still need a proper follow-up. And going into both of these raid showers head-on is just... it feels a little dangerous. Like, I feel like I'll end up using overgrowth there. Okay. That's a start. And send the Duke here into the enemy queen. Like, I think that the overgrowth is going to go there. That's a nice prince ability there. The Duke is a little low, so I kind of want to be careful about that. I don't know if there's anything I can do, because he's in a bad spot, even with totems. Yeah, he got forced, and I don't have anything left, no spells. So the rest is all just... if I did everything right thus far. I think I got it. It's looking pretty solid. Especially with the Phoenix, I definitely got it. I'm going to be doing some work on one of my accounts to get the Duke upgraded, but unfortunately it's not an account I'm like actively pushing, so I might have to start a late season push for that. MBT Clash. I don't recognize that name. I mean, I feel like I recognize it. I just don't know 100% where he's from. I don't exactly have a good arrow planned here because of the position that I want to drop the queen on. So I'm just gonna pray I get this one air defense. And I miss it, of course. It's definitely not a good arrow. Not a good way to start this one. Drop the Duke. This might fail because my queen's dead. I don't like that she died so early there. This might fail. I don't think I'm also using the totems as effectively as I could be. Yeah. Duke ability forced. I don't think I'm gonna get to the revenge shower in time with even with the Phoenix, because there's still a monolith in the way. Wherever I used my skeleton spell, I wasted it, but at least I get a decent percent. This will put me still on track for 308 or better, as far as I can tell. Or better. 308 or worse, I should say, actually. Let's open this chest here. Where are you from, bros? I'm from Vegas. That's where I'm at right now. It's actually pretty early in the morning for me. It's 5:30 a.m. I've got some decent defense today. So as long as I get like 290, I should get a boost. Yeah, my clan is pretty international. We have members from everywhere. So the fact I'm from the US doesn't really mean much. We've got a lot of members actually from Pakistan. From Australia, it's 30 past midnight right now. Well, you know what I'm keeping track of the Australian time zone for right now is the race in Melbourne. I'm a big F1 fan. And so I know that for you guys it's like probably like the evening right now. But I was watching practice 1 and Ferrari looks good. I'm excited for them. I should have done the dragons over here first. I messed the timing a little bit. Because the dragons there will help me make sure that my dragon's going into the base in time with the dragon riders. Especially here, I don't know what the heck my prince is doing. I double dropped totem spells in that area. That's not good. Into the long shot. I'm not happy I did that. But I'll get a nice stun blaster here with the Duke. So that should be enough to triple, right? Hope so. Especially with the Phoenix, I think I got it. These bases were doing a great job against air before the Duke came out. But now that I have a Duke, he just absolutely crushes. Oh, yo, don't know much about it, but I was about to go and drink it with the boys and watch. That's awesome. Yeah, Formula 1 it's a lot of fun. Actually, especially this season, they completely changed the regulations, and so the cars are very different. I'm also kind of a nerd for that kind of thing. I've been working on cars for years. Okay, let's keep looking at these bases because I gotta tell. In Sydney, we have drag races and drift tracks. That's awesome. You have also Aussie supercars. And those are fun. That's kind of like NASCAR here, except better. You guys actually do some nice road trucks. Because NASCAR is a lot of oval racing, and I'm not a fan of oval racing. But yeah, drifting is fun too. Okay, Let's keep going here. I want to get through some more legends. After this, I might have time for another account, actually. I think that I'll be able to go through a total of 24 legends hits. My approach here should be pretty simple, but these rage towers are the only thing I can control them with is the totem spells. I'm not too sure how I'll manage the overgrowth just yet. But let's start with this arrow. And it gets both sweepers, which is very nice. I like that start already. Dragons, and Dragon Riders imprints. And the Duke's probably going to end up going behind the other Fire Spitter. Now let's put this overgrowth there. I didn't get a good funneling, did I? Not the greatest, I'll be honest. My Duke ability just got forced and he just died. Now it's up to the Prince. I was hoping he would go to the air defense next, but he doesn't. And so that might be trouble for me, actually. Because now he's going to get forced. Yeah, I missed this one. I think I mismanaged the overgrowth. As well as the pathing up here by the Revenge Tower. I definitely needed to at least deploy my stuff a little closer up there. Because going directly behind the Fire Spitter, all it did was force my army to go around the other way. 89%. I gotta get this Duke upgraded. I didn't realize how much of a difference he makes. He's the best choice for this particular army I'm using. I think that a lot of top players are still doing well without him. However, if you're using an air spam, you should definitely bring the Duke. Especially because he's boosting for a couple more days. So, but once this event's over, I'm going to be upgrading him. Yeah, you use similar strat, but with clone yetis. There you go. The Duke will definitely work in that. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, this is definitely anti-air spam because of all the ranged multi-infernos. This base might be tricky. There's not much good sweepers. Alright. Yeah, this base can be tricky, especially with such a high level Duke on defense. I'm just going for an arrow for the air defenses. Just like that. Another totem there. Now let's send the Duke into the enemy queen. Now I'm really hoping that this Prince ability can get a good frost value. And then overgrowth there. The Duke ability stuns the last ranged multi-inferno. So, pretty solid. I'm waiting for the overgrowth to wake up before I use this orb. There we go, nice orb. I think we got this base on lockdown. This is looking pretty finished. Another thing I love about this army is that I'm done deploying everything after just a minute or so. Like, that's actually pretty nice. Okay. Another triple down. This is on track for, I think, 297. If I can get 3 more triples. Which is okay. I'll take 297. Spend some of this loot. The prince won't get out of the way for the wall. What else can I upgrade? I got the Duke pack with a bunch of hero books, so can get the king up a little bit. And then I'm just gonna leave enough loot for the Seeking Air Mine. I don't want to do the upgrade just yet because my other accounts also need a little bit of resource management. Flagging the last base. Okay. Next hit. Is there any way you can put an army link somewhere? I'm gonna drop it in the stream chat. But I do know that there's an issue with the fact that links are so long now. And so there's a chance that even if I put it in the stream chat, it won't work. So what I can do is open my clan, and you can just come to the clan. It's like wide open right now. Okay, so this arrow I think has to go through these sweepers. I got 1 sweeper. There's a chance I wasn't gonna make it through both sweepers anyway, so it's not too bad. And then send the Duke into here. I think that overgrowth will go over here. I forgot to drop the prince. Is that real? I actually did that. It's not good. I might be in trouble. Depending on if I can handle this other raid shower or not. That's a nice orb. I might not have this. May or may not. It depends what the prince can do. But I don't know, it feels like he just got randomly targeted right there. And there's still a multi-archer. Now if Sneezy can get the multi-archer, then there's a good chance that I still have this. But he just got hit once. Couple healthy dragons. forgetting to put the prints down was really bad. I'll be honest. That was definitely a lack of focus right there. But I might still get it. Easy, bro. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that you have a shot to join our clan. Okay, so this is our clan. It's called Final Verdict. You just copied it from live. Yeah, actually, it's pretty simple. You just gotta get the equipment right. That's all. The pets and the equipment. And here's another thing with my siege barracks is that I'm not running 4 super minions. I'm running 3 super minions and a furnace. It's a very nice combo. Especially if you're running out of resources to grab the town hall, the furnace can do a good job. And but you can totally come join our clan. I don't mind. I'm gonna just drop it in the clan chat just in case anyone else that's watching wants to come join the clan and grab the link. I'm talking to one of my clanmates right now. And one of our bases again is getting hit right now. I'm watching it on my phone. It looks like a triple. I don't want to show it on the stream because this base hasn't been changed, and I don't want to get sniped. Did you see tomorrow's mini event pass? I didn't see it yet. I think that it's something to do with all the dragon stuff, right? We're gonna get some sort of a reward with dragons, like a decoration or something. But if it's a mini event pass kind of event, then I'm sure they're just gonna put skins, right? I'm not exactly a fan of the skins that they typically put in the mini event passes. Okay. Now this base here is actually pretty easy, I think. The only thing is this monolith. It looks like it's gonna do some good damage if I drop my siege barracks in this corner, but I still think I'm forced to, because I'm going to put overgrowth on the backside there. You'll see. Oh, I don't know what happened right there. That was an unusual misinput. And that arrow is nice because it gets both sweepers. I don't mind that I missed the backside air defense, honestly. Let's drop the Duke. I forgot to drop a couple Dragon Riders. Oh, my Duke is getting absolutely messed right now. And I think it was because of Headhunters, right? Of course. Overgrowth. Not my best hit, but it still should be good enough. And a poison for the enemy Duke. I think I got him. I think so. This backside could be dangerous, but with the Phoenix and the Duke still alive and a bunch of dragons, I think I got him. So one more for 297. Lunar King skin, yeah. Actually, that one's actually pretty nice, isn't it? think they did a good job with the design on all of the lunar skins. Another one of our bases is being hit. It's Amireza's base. And I think he'll triple too. If they start attacking any of my bases, then I'll show those on the stream. I don't mind. Okay, one more attack. If I get a triple here, then I'll be pretty satisfied with how today went. Honestly. But this base is looking a little tricky. I'm pretty sure I missed this base recently because Dima is running it, if I'm not mistaken. I missed on Dima when he ran this, so let's get a nice arrow. Drop the Duke. Nice Duke ability there. Where is my prince? He's right there. It's a good ability for me. And then, yeah, the base is finished. The base is definitely finished. Nice and easy. How is your clan war leagues going so far? We're in first. Actually, the way it's going, I don't want to say that we have a leaderboard chance, but we're in first pretty easily. We need defense today, and I'll show you. We're going up against the second place clan today, so, and here's the thing is that even if we lose today, I still think we have a good chance to finish first. Nice attack, thank you. That is 297, and I just did 298 on Chaos as well. You guys got to see all that? Not bad. 4 misses out of 16 hits, and then 6 clan war league triples. So yeah. They did 2 triples on us just now, and we're still in first seed. So I'm really hoping that we can at least defend them to 42 stars or better. That way, if we get one kind of miss just from some random nonsense, that we can still beat them. Oh look, I just got a raid. That's awesome. I appreciate the raid. Sweet. Hope you guys are doing alright. Yeah, I'm about to do one more account of Legends. And I just did my 2 accounts, which are in the top 1,000. I'll show you this one, where I'm at. And they both ended 298 and 297 on offense. So I'm currently 369 here, but that's from around rank 900 on the reset. And Chaos was around 850. So I guess that's solid, but if I can't get the defense, then it is what it is, honestly. Yesterday I went minus 320 on Chaos. Alright, here's Fear. This is not one of the accounts I'm pushing, but I do want to continue showing this armor. We're doing fine, just finished an ore war in an hour. We're actually starting an ore war. So, let me see something. Yeah, as long as we don't match each other, it should be fine, right? But our clan, our sizing's gonna be something like, I want to say like 35. This looks kind of risky. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with a dragon over here and another one over here, and set up an orb for the prince like that, and then use the queen and her arrow to get the other invis tower. So now send the duke into that area. I think I should be good here for a triple already. Hope that stun blaster did what I needed it to. I think it did, but this prince is really doing a lot of damage because of the hero bell. This should triple as far as I can tell, but just gotta make sure that the queen can do something. And that something gets a monolith. It looks pretty finished. We still have 22 hours on the battle day. Yeah, there's a chance we match. That's what I'm saying. I'll show you. Because actually, if you guys search right as soon as your war is finished, I don't think we'll match. But this is where we're doing all our side wars. Let's keep going. Spaces. Never really been a fan of them. Like, it seems easy, but there's still a couple raged multi-infernos, and I don't have free spells. I'm probably, if I were to change anything in this army, it would be to bring some free spells. Not so nice arrow because I missed the backside sweeper, but I can send the prince, or the duke I mean, into that area, so it's not the worst thing. And then get a nice stun blaster. Let's put overgrowth right here to cover both of the raged multi-infernos. Covering those is really good for my army. And I still have a prince in his ability. The base is already mostly gone. Nice and easy. Bhujia's clan, hello, what's going on? Swag warp. Yeah, the offense today is pretty solid. I'm happy with how everything is going so far. Just waiting to send another request here. This is an account I skipped yesterday. And it's kind of unfortunate because look at this defense. I definitely should have done hits yesterday. Yeah, these 4 accounts right here, Doom, Fear, Rage, and Havoc, I skipped all 4 of those yesterday. But on the previous day, I did 31 out of 32 triples with this army. And so you can literally see that in yesterday's stream, that I did 3 320s and a 310. The only thing about the gold passes, I wish they gave us, they gave us our perks right away, like the 20% discounts and the request timer reductions. I don't like that we're every month starting with 10%. But of course that doesn't really stop me from buying the gold passes, does it? Of course it doesn't. I just think that if you pay for something which only lasts a month, that you should get the full benefits from the beginning. It's just my opinion. Let's go for another hit here. Oh, now this is an easy base for me. There's a good chance I wipe this base in 75 seconds. Okay. Now the plan here is to grab the sweeper with the arrow, as well as trigger the invis tower, and grab an air sweeper or an air defense as a bonus. I'm already off to a slow start though because of delaying the queen a bit. Drop the duke. Oh, now I'm in trouble because the prince never went inside the base. He's supposed to do at least just that. And now he does, so now I get the orb I want, but I've already used my overgrowth to try to recover. I don't think I'll miss yet, like I don't think it's over. However, it won't be done in 75 seconds like I initially predicted. It would be nice, but... I need the Phoenix. And the furnace is still going. The furnace still has a bit of HP, not much, but hopefully enough to grab the monolith, right? Another easy one. I think that's 4 done, 3 done. If I can get a 320, that would be great. This clan we found in our side wars is also going to be another draw. I really honestly don't like spinning side wars in the middle of clan war leagues. I do it because my clanmates like it, but every time it's a draw. I don't like fighting for draws. Okay, this base. Yeah, again, this has a bit of a tricky entry. And it's essentially forcing part of the overgrowth to go over some of the core. Because of the Rage Multi-Infernos. 3 Rage Multi-Infernos is just too much. Okay, let's start here. And then send the Duke into... I completely wasted the Duke's ability. That might cost me. All of a sudden. That was a really unfortunate mistake. Yep. Rest in peace, Mr. Duke. Let's see if I still get this. If I do, then that's amazing, but I have my doubts. Yeah, I wasted my Duke. That's disappointing. Just from a misinput. Actually, maybe I still get this. Just depending on if the giant can help me as much as I need. I don't think he will, though. %. Roniel, hello. Supercell needs to do something for draws. Well, they recently increased the rewards for a draw war, which, if you ask me, that's not enough. I think they need to just introduce a tiebreaker. And I know I shouldn't say that as a member of 2 high streak clans, because that would definitely put our streak at risk. But I'm honestly sick of fighting for draws. Like, more than sick of it. Anyway, still on track for 312. There's a good arrow shot lined up. This one should be easy. Nice sweeper, bro. Okay, let's start over here. Get a couple air defenses. It doesn't exactly matter which ones. Send the Duke. I missed the overgrowth a little bit, but I'm still gonna triple. I wanted the overgrowth to cover the monolith. I still have the Prince and the Duke ability here. And the Phoenix. Swag the Duke ability. GG, thank you, bro. Let's see here. Yeah, it actually doesn't look like any of the teams are missing today. Everyone seems to be trying to lock in. Four more hits, 3 more hits actually, and then I'm gonna call it good on the stream. If you've been watching this whole time, I appreciate you guys. Seriously. I do this because it's pretty relaxing for me. I like to chill. Okay, let's see here. Hero Bell. I do think starting this side is not a bad idea. Going behind the sweepers and behind the fire spitters. I almost feel like just using the arrow to set up the Duke on the side. Really. That should be enough. So like, let's drop the queen there. I got 1 air defense, which is okay. Gonna drop a totem. And the Duke. This is definitely not a serious base for defense. It's a little burnt now. Gonna cover half of that there with the overgrowth. And try to get a good orb here. Yeah, this orb triggers the Invis Tower near the Town Hall, so we should be okay. Here's a nice stun blaster for the Duke. Disables the rest of the base. Maybe you guys hit the leaderboard in CWL. We can, but if I'm predicting our leaderboard spot, it'll be something like rank 30. Because we've already done quite a few misses, and there's a lot of other teams that are not missing. A lot of other teams not missing. I don't mean in our group, I mean on the leaderboard. Let me see. I'm checking my phone now. After introduction of the Duke, this army seems to be more promising. It's doing a better job in Legends. But I think what I was using before with the RC was working just fine for normal mode. So what I do see is that Project 7 is rank 5. That's where I found Clayton on this account. This guy. These guys are currently global rank 5 on the Clan War League's leaderboards, on the live leaderboards, I should say. And this clan, when you go to the leaderboard and check the top clans, White Wolves, actually I don't know where they are. There's another clan that used to be on top of the clan capital leaderboards called White Wolves NL, because they're from the Netherlands. And they're rank 6. But our clan is currently global rank. I'm looking. Global rank 42. We have 4 2-stars and a 1-star, and 55 triples. Pretty solid. if we get 45 stars on 2 out of the remaining 3 days, and like 44 or 43 on another one, then I still think that we can finish somewhere like in the top 25. Two more hits. Okay, this base. This is actually quite interesting with the Invis towers, but controlling those with overgrowth is pretty easy. I can also see myself trying to shoot an arrow and use the Duke to handle one. Okay, so watch this. The other Invis tower compartment I'm going to control with overgrowth. That's the plan. Just something like that is fine, honestly. My Duke is getting forced, but that's not a bad spot for him to use the healing tome, or what am I saying? The stun blaster. I said healing tome because I noticed my warden was dead. But I have a swag totem here. Another easy triple. Top 25, not bad anyway. It's not bad, I agree. But I would want to be in the top 10. If we were going for a serious leaderboard attempt, I would prefer if we made it to the top 10. Okay, one more hit for 312. Yeah, well, nobody's missing. There's already like about 20 attacks done today in our group, and none of them have missed. A little bit coincidental, but okay, one more hit. This arrow, I'm definitely gonna have to set that up to hit the sweepers and the air defense and the Invis tower. That's basically how this attack's gonna work here. Let's start with a couple dragons there. Siege barracks. And then I'm gonna drop a skeleton there, totem, and then giant arrow. I missed the air defense with the arrow, but it's okay. Ready to drop the Duke. And the prince can get a nice orb here as well, as long as he targets like the enemy prince, just like that. I'm gonna overgrowth this backside because I'm afraid that's gonna shut my queen down. But yeah, another easy triple, right? Yeah. 312 done, 298, 297, and 312 done on the stream. I'll take that. Honestly, it's pretty solid. GG, thank you, bro. And of course, that's not to mention the 6 triples I did in Clan War Leagues. Sweet. Alrighty, y'all. I'm ready to sign off. I've got some morning plans I've got to attend to now. So if you've been watching, I appreciate you guys. I'll be live again tomorrow. Yeah, take care and